So, in the previous video, I showed you how I was able to turn viral content automatically into templates using no code and AI. Basically, in this video, I'm going to show you what I do to take a video and automatically turn it into social content with the templates that we just created in the last video. So definitely watch the previous video. And I'm going to show you the finished result of what it actually looks like when you actually automate the content to socials, right? So there's a lot more steps involved. This is very much so a high level overview, but if you're wanting to take videos, like you literally are just the type of person who's like, I just need to be on a video and I'm not a great writer, but like I just need a video and I want to be able to take the video and automatically turn to content and actually not go into a scheduler and schedule all that content, but just like have a full in one solution. Literally just create content once. That's my model. Then this is the video for you. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Tina. I help knowledge creators like you automate your business so that you can focus on your zone of genius without being burnt out in this business. And so if you haven't already liked, comment, shared, and subscribed, do all the things because there's tons of more content where that came from. And so join the newsletter. We have like a whole newsletter. We're going to walk you through more of these tips and tricks and how to do this. But I want to walk you through this use case and this agenda that really like kind of honed it in for me. So I'm the type of person where I feel like I'm very like multi content platform, like in the sense of like I can write, I can create videos, I can talk. I'm pretty much like good at everything. Now I do have preferences here and there, but sometimes you want to be able to be fluid, right? Like I don't always want to write. Sometimes I just want to create a video and then I don't want to have to write, right? And so I wanted that situation where I could take videos like this where I just record it and then automatically create my newsletter for it, create social content for it, and I don't have to do anything other than just like create a video, upload, and be done with it, right? And so I also want to have an automation where once all that set is done, where I just upload, put a schedule, put a date that it should be released at within the place that I'm already creating content in. I just want to be able to distribute that content automatically, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the workflow process, and I'm going to walk you through a real world example of how that actually gets done. So when we think about this, right? So what does this actually look like? Well, in my workflow process, all I do, this is the only thing, like it's like right here. Let me just like highlight it here, right? This is the only thing that I'm responsible for. The only thing I'm responsible is actually creating the video, something that you see like this, and uploading it to a database. That is all I do. And then basically, once when certain parameters are set and ready to go, I have automation triggers where it actually generates the newsletter or the social content for me based on the content template that I'm actually using. And then it will wait until the scheduled date is ready to go. And maybe in here, like once when it's done generating, like I review it. Actually does a really good job. And then all of a sudden, what ends up happening is when the scheduled date is ready to go, it will distribute across social medias. And these are a few examples of the platforms that I use to actually make it happen. So, this is the high level process of what this looks like. Let me go ahead and walk you through a real world example of what happens, everything that happens after I'm done creating this video. And let me show you that. All right, so when we think about this, I just want to show you the post production action in terms of what actually happens. And so basically, I like to film all my videos via Komodo if I personally think it's better than Loom. But what it actually does is that it does the majority of the work for you. All I have to do is just record. As you can see, this is a video that I have right here. And what I really love about it is that you can actually create a page builder for it. So think about this of like you can have videos, but it can also be landing pages, which is pretty cool. And so anyone who like sees this video, I mostly direct these types of videos or these pages directly internally within my email list. But all of a sudden, I can actually have like the AI summary. I can have the button here if I want a person to take a second action. And so I can actually download the video, download the transcript, all those things. It's pretty much all good to go. And so all I have to do is just upload specific content pieces that pretty much it's all done for me. And so I put the landing page because that's going to be reference for what I'm doing. And then I make sure to do a couple things. So let me just kind of show you what else I do. I choose the date that it's going to go live. And this is a little messy because this is you're looking at a finished product, but basically like I upload the video, I take the description that Komodo Decks already created for me, I take the transcript that Komodo already created for me, and I just put it in here. right? That's all I do. And then all I have to do is really choose the hook. I have a whole library of hooks. And if you watched the previous video, you probably have a whole library of hooks right now where you're like, okay, like I just want to choose the hook. And I have a whole library of content templates that I use, and I just choose the content template. And once in those fields and their parameters are good to go, literally it triggers an automation where it goes into this view. So anything that goes into this view where it's like AI based content trigger, then it will go automatically create the content for me. And so what I do from that point on, we're going to just look at this as an example right here, using the same example. As you can see, it literally created the content for me. And now I have a Zapier integration or a Zapier automation that's working in the background to do this, where I basically like tell AI like take this content and take this template of hooks and take my transcript and automatically create like the content for me here using the template that I've given you. It does a really great job of it. And all I have to do, it even takes it to the step where like it actually does like the italicizing, the bolding for me. Like it gets it pretty much 90% there. It creates the hook for me as well. And all I have to do at that point is just edit it. And so like think about this from the perspective of like your capacity of like you spent all this time creating this video, now you need to create the newsletter content. Like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to let AI take care of it and use viral content templates that we found that work really well on socials. And basically, we used our automations to templatize those things. Again, that's in a different video. And then basically just, use my transcript of the video that I'm already recording and create content that you see here. This content is all good to go. Now, when the scheduled date actually goes, let me kind of show you. This is our distribution trigger. Now, this is something that is actually pretty cool because I want to reward people who are on my email list. If you haven't joined the newsletter, join the newsletter. I want to reward my email list, and I want them to get content first before I send it to any different type of social platform, right? And so this is a trigger where I actually distribute it, where it's like, show me the content that was scheduled yesterday, because the content was scheduled yesterday. So social media gets the content, that I already gave to my email list yesterday, and make sure that the Medium link is not empty and the YouTube link is not empty. And so once that actually is good to go, what will end up happening is that like there's an automation on the background as well here. I'm not going to walk into that because that's going to be way too much longer of a video, but if you want to see that, let me know in the comments and I will walk through that. But basically, like as you can see, it created this Medium article for me. And like it has the video that I filmed. There you go. As the video that I filmed, this is referencing the actual the email that I wrote. Let me kind of like quickly show this again because I don't know why it's not showing. And so like that is pretty cool. And so let me just like I'll show you that in a second, but it actually creates, the content piece that you see here. Like this is all the same email that I already written, and it's based on the content that I already filmed. And like it's using a viral content template that I already templatized, and it's all pretty much good to go, right? And so like we have, the campaign here. Let me just show you that in a second. And then this is pretty much the email, right? So like there's so much. Oh, let me leave that. Sorry guys. But basically there is so much where almost everything is pretty much done for me, from like the actual, all I have to do is be in charge of video creation, and then all I have to do is just upload the content. Like literally that is the only thing that I am responsible for, right? This is the only thing that I am responsible for. Everything else that comes after content creation, after content uploading, is pretty much automated and done for me. And so that's what I want to show you, that this can be a reality and this can be the truth in all of this, right? And so that's pretty much it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know like how this landed. Hopefully it lands pretty well, because I think it's pretty game changer of like, your true focus is truly in just your zone of genius. And so your zone of genius is in creation, not in everything that happens after you create your content. Let automations and AI execute and do that for you. Create content once and let automations, do everything afterwards. So if you want to figure out all the tools, the softwares, all those things that I'm using in order to actually make this the reality, then definitely comment tools and I'll send that your way. And consider joining us in Leverage Creator, where we're going to walk you through all the specifics of it. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.